Yo guys, what's up? Now, I know you read the title, checked my OPGG, and you're already about to write. Hold on, you said you're Challenger. You Master G. Well, I might be Master right now, but the season reset recently, and I'm Challenger every single season, and Kayle is my most played champion ever, so if you don't like it, come back in 2 weeks when I'm back where I belong, or check out my Twitch stream where I'm live streaming the whole journey. Let's get into the video. So, today we're playing the Kayle versus Ornn matchup. I thought I was picking into Darius, but then it turned out to be a Darius jungle, and they picked Ornn top. But honestly, that's completely fine. I think Kayle is good into Ornn as well, and there's much worse things they could have taken. For runes, we took Fleet Footwork, Presence of Mind, Alacrity, Cut Down, Celerity, and Gathering Storm. I think all of this is pretty standard. The only thing I consider changing is Fleet to press the attack, but they're both solid, and I think either of them is fine. Early lane is pretty chill, obviously. You want to focus on farming. Even though CS is more important, I'm still going to smack him if there's no minions dying nearby. Especially if you have Fleet Footwork and Presence of Mind ready, just hitting 1E is a pretty nice amount of regen. Since the W buffs 2 patches ago, I'm taking W level 2 every game and pretty much just spamming it if my mana is above 60%. Doran's Ring and Presence of Mind pretty much solves your mana issues for the entire game now. It's really nice. I get caught by a really nice Ornn and lose most of my health. But if you fast forward 20 seconds, I'm almost full health again, and I haven't even used that much mana. I think abusing Kayle's regen with small trades is definitely the best way to make it through the early game now. Ornn stays, but I have a big wave building now. This is the most dangerous part of the lane, when it's pushing back to them, but I'm not level 6 yet. We just saw enemy jungle bot lane, so I have to try and crush this 1v1 while I can. I go to ward, and Ornn is smart here and actually holds the wave. There isn't much I can do about this right now, and the enemy Silas support even comes to gank me. You gotta be patient and not panic. In this situation, if Ornn actually trades on me, it will damage the minions and break the freeze. And that's exactly what happens a few seconds later. And now, we're chilling, with the lane slow pushing back into us, a free level 6 pretty much guaranteed. Ornn builds a huge wave and resets, at which point I quickly crash to get my own. Our team is doing pretty badly at this point, but personally, it's about as good as it can possibly be. I always get Swifty boots first base if I can. These boots synergize so well with Kayle. She gets a permanent 10% move speed as long as she has 5 stacks of her passive. In lane, that's really easy to maintain, and it keeps you really fast and safe for the early game where you don't do much damage. From here, the game plan is trying to get as many resources as I can, while maintaining safety. I'm so fast that I feel safe if I put a ward, and I want to look to start pushing Ornn in to harass him under his turret and start getting plates. Even though I'm a scaling champ, I don't believe in a do-nothing mindset, and I think there's always leads to be had if you can find them. Unfortunately, my ward was too shallow, and I didn't pay enough attention. Darius comes to punish me for my sins. Looking back though, I'm pretty sure if I don't fail flash the Ornn ult, I can actually get away here. Oh well. Thankfully, dying with TP up isn't the end of the world. The plan stays the same though. I just want to push in, get my CS, and maybe get some plates. Just because we're losing doesn't mean I should go crazy and start roaming or reaching outside the capabilities of my champion. It's not going to help. Darius tries to gank me again, but luckily I have the movement to get away this time. I notice how low Ornn is and sneak into the bush in case he tries to go for the next wave. Even though he's low, I'm only going to try and go for him if he wastes his abilities on the wave. It ends up working, and that's huge for me. I even cheekily let these melees crash to deny the turret plating. Game is still not looking great overall, but it's always nice knowing you outscale when you're playing Kayle. Laning against Ornn is a mind game of trying to dodge his E. If you get hit by it, it's a terrible trade, but you want to stay close enough to bait him into using it. If he misses, you can trade back hardcore as he's waddling away. The lane continues like this for a while until Ornn gets frustrated and all-ins me. I do a really bad attempted juke next to the wall that lets me get hit by Z. I think if I stayed in open space, I'd be fine. Anyway, Ornn and Silas both flash to pick me up, and the important thing is to not tilt and try and utilize the summon advantage within the next 5 minutes. I walk safely back to lane with no tilt whatsoever. It's for real chill though. Playing in any elo in solo queue, there will be so much chaos happening on both sides. Playing Kayle is about trying to minimize your mistakes and getting caught up in your side of the chaos, and then also punishing the enemies when they overreach or do dumb stuff. They always will. Ornn has no flash from before, sees me and Sona fighting, and still stays this far up. We kill him, and boom. That's level 11. Now I actually do damage. I think First Blood turret gold is so OP, and I'm trying so hard to get it, but unfortunately Darius drops Herald and gets it first. I always try and push the next wave after taking a turret. If someone's there, you can't always do this, but if you do manage it, it makes the lane start slow pushing back into you, which gives you a lot of time to roam or take a jungle camp before you need to get back to lane to collect the wave. Here, I use that timer to go mid. I let Sona die, she's out of mana and can't really provide anything anyway. I want to save it for Kha'Zix, or preferably myself. And we just about pick up a kill and even more gold. We're still losing, but I'm starting to become a problem. XP is king though, and I want to prioritize waves when I can. After level 11, I also try to start shredding through jungle camps to accelerate towards 16 ASAP. There's some shenanigans happening in Dragon, but if I can pick between a flip play and guaranteed resources as Kayle, I'm always taking the stable income. If the fight looked super free, I would consider TPing, but it just doesn't. Anyway, you can see how many waves and jungle camps I've taken in the space of like 2 minutes here. I'm sure you've heard it time and time again, but the most important thing is farm. If your jungle gets annoyed at you, just mute him. I deafened my entire team at like 5 minutes this game. After 20 minutes, you kind of have to make a personal evaluation of whether enemy team is going to try Baron or not. If you think they can, or will, you can't just auto-path to bot wave, as tempting as it is. Remember, if both teams are stalemated, not doing anything is actually good for you, so don't overstress and face check where you can't. But don't ignore the situation and go to the other side of the map either. Darius and Sylas have a trap to pick Sona, but me being there with ult completely turns the play. We get a huge combo off and instantly Nash is free and the game evens out. Getting Baron gives like half a level of XP. I've turned an unreal amount of losing games as Kayle from one Nash play and getting 16 of it. Now we're in the driver's seat. I teleport bot here because they see 2 enemies on the map, so I know they can't full collapse on me and I want to protect the wave that's already there. I have no stress to end the game with this Baron, but I want to use it to get as much turret gold as possible since it's so easy to take tier 1s and tier 2s with Nash buff. We're not forcing any fights, but if the enemies come into us, we can counter engage easily. It's a little dicey fight, but Kayle Sona late game is so hard to deal with. We take tier 2 and a few more camps to level 16 and Rabadons. I'm still very squishy, so I gotta be careful though. I think enemy team is panicked at this point and they try one last desperate engage. They actually almost get me, but our team fighting is too strong. And just like that, it's a 24-minute dub. You could say that enemy team threw, but I think people make mistakes every single game, and what's more important is being able to minimize your own and to capitalize on theirs. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this chill, informative style of video. I've got new content coming out every day, and I think you guys are going to love it. Peace.